Let me turn first to Raageshwari, singer and mindfulness author of Building a Happy Family. Raageshwari, you're joining us from London. You also had a brief spell in the celebrity circuit, singer and actor. Give us a sense from your perspective. When you heard of Sushant Singh Rajput's suicide, were you surprised at first, or do you believe that this is, in a sense, the celebrity circuit can come with a lot of stress and loneliness? We don't know the reasons for Sushant's death, but the fear is that something like this could well have driven him to take the decision to commit suicide.
Thank you for your question, Raj. Rajdeep, I feel, the stress is in every profession. But where the celebrities are concerned, it's out there. Our successes are not our own, our failures are not our own. And we're so defined where our social definitions of success is concerned. And we really don't know what's success, because look at all the successful people, according to the social definitions, are committing suicide, are giving up, are mentally ill. So we've got to redefine that, listen, we've got to really feel successful without these external definitions. And that's why it's also affecting us where the pandemic is concerned. Because suddenly we are without these trappings, without these tags and these titles. And now can we really live with ourselves? We've never really enjoyed living with ourselves and knowing about us without these tags. So it's very, very important. And that's why mindfulness is key, Rajdeep, so that people really realize, to bring us back to the present moment, that no, the failure out there or the tragedies out there, this is not my story. And my story does not have to match theirs. So it's very, very important to build a sense of self-worth continuously, consistently.
But you have a lot of young people who are, it's not just actors today. It's a lot of young people under stress, perhaps looking for immediate success, whatever success is defined as for them. Because we are seeing, particularly in the times of the corona pandemic, stress levels building up. And the young in particular are deeply affected by the uncertainty of the future.
Rajdeep, it's not to say that people were not stressed before the pandemic. We've always been stressed. Basically, this is what we live with. We're always worried about what we did in the past, always concerned about the future. I mean, just ask people and they'll say, always worried about something. And that's why, where I believe in what the science says, but we as Indians, Panchatantra knew this hundreds of years ago. That listen, we're teaching our children everything in our schools, history, geography, maths, but we're not teaching them life skills. So the problems we adults face when we grow up, it's got nothing to do with, lengths of rivers or dates of war, but it's got to do with rejection, got to do with success or heartbreak or failure or challenges. And this is what we need to bring into our schools. So of course, the trickle effect right from the top, we adults need to be compassionate, kind, let go of stressing our youngsters, our children, and also teaching our children very, very young. And as science proves that, 0 to 7 is a critical age in our lives. We program the lives of, our children, then they will be able to deal with these kind of pressures, these unnecessary pressures, because each suicide is a tragedy, not just an actor. But I mean, we're losing a life every 40 seconds due to suicide. So this mental pandemic is far superior than anything else that we're facing in the lockdown.
Let me ask you, therefore, the life skills that you speak about, what are those life skills that you believe are essential, especially for people, in this fast lane where you're constantly, the adrenaline is flowing and you want to move from one success to another? What do you believe is the life skills that you believe people need to imbibe?
Stop comparisons in our mind. We've got to just say no. We've got to be stopping that in our mind. Less in social media. We're so connected with what are we seeing. The most important thing we can give someone is our attention. So who are we giving our attention to? And addiction versus awareness. Are we looking at the news channels? I mean, I'm sure people love to watch you, but we can, look at the statistics and then turn the TV off and then go back to, what life is, the present moment. I mean, some of the people who are so concerned about the coronavirus are actually living it even before they've got it, because they're so stressed about what's going to come. So the life skills are all about self-worth without tags, that if it's all gone and taken away, now can I be happy with nothing? And we're consistently worried about the future. That's why mindfulness is key, to come back and say, no, this is my present moment. Now, what can I make out of my life now? constantly coming back to basic levels, simplicity, gratitude, as people think it's spiritual, but no, it's scientifically proven. It brings our awareness back to what we have rather than what we don't have.
Very well spoken, Raageshwari. You've given us a sense, particularly as someone who's gone through this experience of being on the celebrity circuit, about the need to build these life skills in an extremely stressful environment. Thanks very much for joining me there from London.